When they're constantly getting used. Hi guys, good luck.
Here's a contingent of Glenrothes road runners looking for Roger Stark, our man. Nick Green from Stanley Barkins. IFAC. Oh, Santos Tom.
Hi Tracy.
Hi Malcolm.
I'm giving up already.
I know, it's warm.
Have fun then guys.
Oh jeez. Aye man, we're struggling already. Aye. Wow.
Could easily just give up.
Yeah.
You know it only lasts half a mile.
Aye.
And you're alright.
Once you get warmed up.
Right, that's it. Forget it. If it's no fun, there's no point. Well done.
Malcolm, isn't it?
It is.
Park run.
Oh yeah. You were going at some rate coming down the hill.
No,
Right, on you go and keep that rate up.
I do sort of like the batter training, so I like to do a minute on, 30 seconds off, a minute on.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's kind of intervals.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
Good idea. Oh, this is one of the hardest runs mentally. However, we've kept going. Oh, I hate this.
No, you don't. Positive
I
thinking.
do.
It's downhill, Malcolm.
Thanks for marshalling. $250.
Leaving Las Vegas. Malcolm McTavish is in there doing right with his camera. Have
you keep going.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Glenrothes 10k, absolutely, I don't know, I keep trying to be positive, I really do keep trying to be positive, but it's hard to be positive. Yesterday I did parkrun, did 5k, 25 minutes. And thoroughly enjoyed it. So this race, in the middle of the week, so 4 or 5 days ago, I really wasn't sure if I was actually going to do it. I really haven't been enjoying running recently. I mean, you know, everybody goes through dips, but this really is the doldrums. Ever since we did the Belfast Marathon, has been the doldrums. Just not wanting to go to running clubs. Just inside myself wanting to keep running. You know, there's no question that, you know, I'll ever stop running as far as I can reasonably predict, and you know, until I'm physically unable to keep doing it. But in your head you've got to want to do it, and in my head that just hasn't been the case. So I didn't do the Black Rock race a few weeks ago. Somebody I hold in high esteem. You know, a formerly qualified coach said or suggested that I do some shorter races and try and get my enthusiasm and motivation back. So I entered maybe half a dozen, and the Black Rock race is a 5 miler, which everybody seems to love. So I entered it, but on the day I couldn't bring myself to actually do it. This was the next one, Glenrothes 10k, which I did last year, and last year I did the 4k route plus a little bit as the warm-up. So I did a 5k warm-up, I did the race, and then I did a second lap of the race, so I did 25k that day, and it was no bother. I came in at, I don't know, 50 odd minutes, 53 maybe, something like that, and quite enjoyed myself. But today, you know, within about 2.5k, I'm already in the mindset, you know, don't want to do this. You know, just stop. You know, if you stop now, you can just walk back to the car and you'll be home before everybody's finished. Nobody will know that I haven't finished. You know, there's no disgrace. If I keep going, I'm going to get a dreadful time, and everybody will know I've got a dreadful time, and I'll be so embarrassed and to some extent ashamed of myself, because I know I'm better than this. So I think about 4 times I stopped before, you know, the first, certainly the first 4k. 4 times I stopped, and at one point I actually asked the marshal yes or no, and probably he knew what the question was, and he said yes. So I kept going, but really it was a jog walk. It was a jog walk, and you know, there's no satisfaction in that. I really don't know. I don't know where I am. I'm really sorry to be negative, but you know, I keep saying on these things, you know, I'm sure all of these blogs are coming across as really negative. But I'm not a negative person. I'm a positive person, but I'm also a realist. And there's no point in me going, ooh ha, he, whoa, hey, whoa, that was fantastic, you know, when it wasn't, because this is real life. If you're portraying real life, you've got to tell it like it is, not how you would like it to be, or how you think other people would like it to be. And if it puts people off looking at the blog, well, that I have to accept that. You know, there's hardly anybody who looks at my blog anyway. You know, maybe a dozen people, if I'm lucky, actually look at my videos. And it's you know, who do I do the videos for? Do I do it for other people? Well, last year, yes, I was doing it for, you know, other people that were either approaching their 60s or in their 60s that were thinking about doing their first marathon, because there are no resources out there for older people like me. But now that that's over, I guess I'm doing it for myself. This is documenting my journey, and it's my journey. It's not the journey that other people would like it to be. It's not the journey that as I would like it to be either. You know, I would like to be jumping up and down with excitement and, you know, hugging and cuddling everybody. But that's not the way it is. You know, it's not the Truman Show. So I really need to regroup. I think what the thought that was in my mind as I was going round is either I seem to be okay when I'm running on my own, but when I'm running with other people, I'm just not doing it. So I think either I've just got to stop running in races and just go for runs on my own, you know, evenings, weekends, whatever, and just enjoy running, which I do enjoy. Either that, or I've got to start entering several races a week, so that, you know, whatever it is that's in my brain kind of just it just gets burnt out, and I get over it. It never used to be like this, you know. I would enter a race and yeah. So I don't know what to do. Well, you know, once if you decide to stop doing races, and I've already decided that I'm not going to go back to my clubs for the whole summer and just run on my own. So that's part of the equation dealt with. If I decide that I'm not going to do any races either, then that's it. I'm a solitary runner. I'm running on my own, just for myself, when I want to run, and that's it. There is no social aspect to this at all. It's purely one foot in front of the other for my own satisfaction. If I go down the route of trying to enter a few more races, I can do that in the short term, you know, for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, and see if it starts to make a difference. If it starts to make a difference and I can see light at the end of the tunnel, then that's great. I don't suppose I'll know until I do it. So I guess that's where I am. I've got to try and just do race after race after race after race with no expectations, and just try and get over this mental block. So I've got to do something. Okay, anyway, hated it. Totally hated it. It's got to do something. Okay, what is our next thing? Oh, I don't know what my next thing is. Whatever it is, I'll record it and we'll put it up here and let you know how we get on. Well, there's a friend of mine waving to me. So, see you next time, guys.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to make sure you get notifications of all new content.